All right, welcome back to another National PSI Real Estate Exam Prep. And today we're going to talk about real estate contracts. And more specifically, we're going to go over 5 questions with their explanations as to why they are the answer. A bilateral contract is one in which the promise of one party is given in exchange for the promise of the other party. In a bilateral contract, both parties make commitments to undertake specific actions, exchanging promises in the process. Conversely, a unilateral contract involves only one party making a promise or agreement without requiring any obligations from a second party. If upon receipt of an offer to purchase his property, the seller makes a counteroffer, the original offer is terminated. Once a seller rejects an original offer, that offer is terminated and no longer valid. If the seller makes a counteroffer, it essentially serves as a new offer. The buyer then has the option to either accept or reject this counteroffer. A void contract is one that is unenforceable. A void contract is missing one or more of the critical elements required for a legally enforceable agreement, making it non-existent in the eyes of the law from the start. The absence of earnest money does not impact the validity of a contract, as earnest money is not a necessary element for a contract to be considered valid. While a valid contract can be rescinded if all parties agree to do so, it cannot be made voidable through the actions of just one party. A minor entered into a contract to sell the house she had inherited to a buyer. The contract is most likely voidable by the minor. Contracts involving minors are generally considered voidable at the discretion of the minor. However, in this scenario, the contract cannot be voided by the buyer if the buyer is an adult. Only the minor has the legal right to void the contract. A vendor and a vendee enter into a land contract. Who holds legal title to the property? The vendor. A land contract represents a type of seller financing where the seller or vendor retains legal title to the property throughout the duration of the contract. Meanwhile, the buyer or the vendee holds equitable title, giving them an interest in the property. Upon full payment of the land contract, the seller transfers the deed to the buyer. This act consolidates both legal and equitable title in the hands of the buyer. All right, this was 5 questions to help you pass your national PSI real estate exam. If this was helpful, give us a thumbs up and subscribe because we drop a new video every week to help you pass your national PSI real estate exam.